friends, welcome back to the channel Uday's Review. In our channel, we bring you the latest and greatest gadgets that will level up your entertainment experience.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel Uday's Review.
In this video, let us see the detailed walkthrough of the menu and the settings of Pocket 3. So this video we will be keeping it in two parts. So in the first part you can see the first boot and the settings and the home screen icon menus, whatever is there, and we'll also see the inbuilt audio quality test.
So here we have set up the Osmo Pocket 3 and let us see the screen and the menu system and what and all the functions it can do. We can switch on this cameras in two ways. One is by switching on this red button and one more is by flipping the screen. So let me flip the screen first. So here you can see the multi languages. So there are many languages. So whatever language, whatever place you belong to, you can select this languages. So in India, we choose English. So once I selected the languages, so it is showing the basic instructions on the screen. It says swipe from right edge to change the image and audio parameters. And down if you tap on this icon, it says switch between the shooting modes. I'll show you the shooting modes. So in this corner, if you press, it says rotate the gimbal. And it says tap to switch between gimbal tilt control and zoom control and slide the control to zoom or tilt. And here on the top, you have the battery level. So here you can see tap to select smart gimbal mode. So that is all the pretty much overview of it. So now let us check one by one. So first let us see the shooting modes. So these are the shooting modes which is there. Panorama is there, photo is there, video is there, low light is there, slow motion is there, and time lapse is there. So first let us get into the panorama. So in panorama, if you swipe the 3x3 which is below, you will get some options. So I'll just swipe it. Here you have some options. There is 180 degree, which is normal in all the phones and all the gimbal supported cameras. So here below you have the timer for how much seconds you want to do it, 3, 5 or 7. Now let us see the demo of panorama. First let us see the 180 degree. So I have selected my cars here, and if I press the capture button, so once I press it, it is taking 4 photos. So these are the 4 photos and it will stitch it together. As you can see the process here, and it is done. So if I go to the image, I can see 4 photos which has been taken from this camera. So this is panorama. This mode is there in all the cameras, in phones and other stuff also. So it works same. But always remember the image will be in square. Next we'll go to the 3x3. On top there is 3x3. So I'll show you all the demo. So what it does is it will take 9 pictures in the same angle and stitch it and get a big panorama. So I have selected 3x3 and I'll press this record button. So once I start here, you can see it says keep the device straight, and you can see it is taking 9 photos. So it took the 9 photos and the image is processing here, you can see. So the result will be like this. It will take an entire shot and give the result like this. So next is photo mode. In the photo mode also same. So if you slide it from bottom, you have different aspect ratio settings here. So here you have 16:9 or 1:1. You can also keep a countdown for 3, 5 and 7 seconds. So here you can see the aspect ratios. So aspect ratios I'll show you. So this is 16:9. 16:9 means full frame aspect ratio, and if I change the aspect ratio to 1:1, it is in square. So next let's go to the video mode. So this is the video mode. You have multiple options in video mode. So if I swipe top, so in video mode you have two options on top. One is 16:9, and if I tap on it, it changes to 1:1. Inside these options you have different resolutions of video and frame rates. So first you have 1080p. In 1080p there are different frame rates like 24, 25, 30, 48, 50 and 60. So these are the frame rates available in 1080p, that is full HD. So next we will see the 2.7K. So in 2.7K also you have same frame rates till 60, starting from 24. Now let me take it to 4K. In 4K also you have almost same frame rates from 24 to 60. So this is all about the video. Next we will go to the low light mode. So now it is in low light mode, and once I scroll it up, here you can see the resolutions. So we have two options in this. One is 1080p and one more is 4K. So in this you have three frame rates. One is 24, 25 and 30. If you keep in HD also it's same, or if you keep in 4K also it is same. Then next we'll go to the slow motion. So this is slow motion. So in slow motion there are like three resolutions. First is 1080p, that is full HD. In that it says 4x, 120. That is nothing but it can shoot in 120 frames. The next is 8 into 240. That is nothing but it can shoot in 240 frames. In 2K it can shoot in 120 frames. In 4K it can shoot in 120 frames, and also it can shoot in 100 frames. So this is the slow-mo settings. Then next we have time lapse. So in time lapse, if I scroll to the settings, it says select shooting interval greater than 2 seconds to increase shooting duration. So after that pop-up message, I will see what are the lapse we can do. So there are like hyperlapse, time lapse and motion lapse. So let us see first hyperlapse. Hyperlapse, you know, when it is used, when you want to show any travel motions and all, you can show it in the hyperlapse, which doubles the speed when playing back. So there are few options here. One is auto, one is 2x, 5x, 10x, then 15x, then 30x. So these are the rates of hyperlapse. Next let's go to the time lapse. In time lapse, so here down you can see it says 10 minutes video, it will play back as 2 seconds. So that is time lapse. So here you have multiple scene modes. So one is crowd, other one is cloud, next is sunset, the other thing is custom. So inside custom, if you swipe it up again, you can change these settings. So these are the intervals. In interval, if you see here, every 0.5 seconds it will take a picture. So then every 1 second it will take a picture. And again there are few more settings like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Every second it will take a picture till 6 seconds. So here if you see, every 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds it will take one picture. Then after that it will take pictures every 2 seconds. That is from 6 it will directly jump to 8, then 8 to 10. Then after 10 it will directly jump to 15. That is every 5 seconds. Then 20, then 25, 30. Then after 30 that is directly jumping to 40. Then after 40, it is directly jumping to 60. So this is the intervals of taken pictures for time lapse. Then there is the minutes, for how many minutes you want the video. So first is infinity. So this is the infinity symbol, and the time lapse is, you can see it here, that is duration is, when I keep it for 60 seconds, it says 212 is to 21 seconds. So it can go up till infinity. So if I keep it for 60 seconds of interval in 5 minutes, there will be no capture because of the time. So I'll shift all this all the way to the 1 second. So here you can see 10 seconds of video. And if I change it to 10 minutes, it takes up to 20 seconds video. 20 minutes is 40 seconds video. Then after 20, 30 minutes is 1 minute of video. Then 1 hour is 2 minutes of video. 2 hours is 4 minutes. 3 hours is 6 minutes. And 5 hours is 10 minutes of video. So this are the video duration which is there in custom mode of time lapse. So you can select the scene. So here in custom scene, if you select crowd, it takes 10 minutes of video for 5 seconds. And for clouds, it takes 10 minutes video for 2 seconds. So sunset is 1 hour video for 3 seconds. And custom, I showed you, you can set up your own stuff. So that is what pretty much in time lapse. Next is motion lapse. Motion lapse is nothing but it will rotate the gimbal from right to left or left to right. That is what is given here. And the video duration is, it will shoot up to 10 minutes and the output will be of 2 seconds. So if you want to change the interval, you can just swipe it from down. Again, whatever you saw in the time lapse, same thing is here, you can shift it. So the first one is, it will rotate from left to right, and the second one is, it will rotate from right to left. And the custom is, if you select it, you can select the start and end point. So according to your wish, the motion lapse will be recorded. If you select the start and end point, you can do the motion lapse. And for this also, on the top, you have the video resolutions, what you can take. So HD in 25 and 30 frames, 2.7K in 25 and 30 frames, again 4K in 25 and 30 frames. I'll put it back to HD 25 frames. So these are the pretty much modes in the camera. Apart from that, in top here, if you select, there are like waypoints. Waypoints means it is from A to B. So starting we saw, I started from one point and ended in one point, that is two-way point. And you can have a three-way also, like 1, 2, 3. And also you can have a four-way point, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So for example, if I select 4, so here you can see custom motion. So it is for 10 minutes of 2 seconds footage. So I'll come down. So make sure always there is a plus mark in between, and you can select a starting point. So I'll press this. Okay, I'll give a second point like this, then go to the middle, then press third one and come back to the point. So I have selected my in points here, and once I press start, you can see the gimbal what it does. So you can see the timer here, it says 9 minutes for the 2 seconds clip. So it will capture 10 minutes of video. So let us see. So here you can see it is finished now. So let me play it, and the camera is also come to a center, and this is how it will look. This is how the motion lapse in custom motion will be done. So now let us see a different mode. Next we will see this icon, what is it does. So once I press this, it goes to the couple of modes here. You can see 1, 2 and 3, and on the first one you have the face detection mode. We'll show you what it does for the face detection. So if I press start, the camera will follow the face inside focus frame. There is a rectangle on the screen, you can see it. If any face comes in between, the face will start tracking. So I have taken a doll here. So what I will do, I will go to this button and start the face tracking, and I have kept it in the center point, as you can see it here. And once I start recording, it is detecting the face. So now you can see face track is enabled. I will just move it slowly. So this works like dynamic framing only. The tracking system is very good in this. As you know, this has active track 6 in this. So once I go out and come back again, it tracks itself very easily. So the tracking is very good in this. The next is dynamic framing. So what it says here, push joystick to switch focus frame, press 5D button. 5D button is nothing but this button. 5D button to start and stop following the object. So once I select it, so this type of points will come. What I will do is, I'll take the Buddha's statue here and I'll track on him and press the 5D button. This is called 5D button. Once I press this, so you can see the active tracking mode is enabled, notification. So I'll start rolling. Once I start rolling in the Osmo Pocket 3, what I will do is, I'll just move it, so you can see it is tracking it. So if I go top, also it is tracking. If I come down, also it is tracking. If I come to the left, also it is tracking. So wherever the statue I am moving, all places it is tracking. So if I come down, also it is tracking. But we'll have to make sure that we should not go out of the frame suddenly. And so if we go out of the frame also, again if I get it back, it is tracking properly. So this is the part of dynamic framing. Next we have spin shot. So we have 90 degree here. So here if you see, if I press recording and if I press this yellow button for rotation, you see the screen. So this is the 90 degree rotation, and again same, if I press this side, it goes to the same frame. So that is 90 degree spin. And if we do it for 180, so once I press record and press this, see what it happens. And if I press once again, it goes back to the A point. These are the modes which is there in this. So I'll exit. So these are the three modes which is there. Here on top you can see the card recording time. So it is in 1080p 30 frames. It can record up to 3 hours 29 minutes. So this button is for battery indicator. If I tap on it, you can see Osmo Pocket's battery percent is 100% and the battery grip is 43%. Now I have connected the battery grip, so both are coming here. And next, if I tap on this, you can see it here for zoom control to move the slider. So this is how the zoom control works. And once again, if I tap on this, it is going for tilt mode. And the next button on the down is gimbal rotation. So if I press this, the gimbal will rotate towards me and start using it as a vlogging camera. And again, if I tap it back, it goes to the screen where it started. So that's all pretty much on the screen. Now there is one more thing. When you go to the right corner of the screen and slide it, here you can see some modes for the image adjustments and audio. As of now, the Pro mode is off and you can see the glamour effect is also off and the adjustment is in default. So let us start with the Pro mode. Once I tap on the Pro mode, we can get some additional settings like exposure. So inside exposure, you have all these options. As of now, it is in auto. You can even put it into manual. See, this is how the manual works. So what does exposure do? Generally, what does exposure do in the camera? Same thing. So if I put it in manual, see on here, you can see the shutter and on this side, you can see the ISO. Now I have kept the shutter in 1:200. Let me take it to the maximum. So 1:8000 is the maximum shutter and the minimum shutter is same way for ISO. The minimum is 50 and all the way goes till 6400. So here you have one more option called auto option. There is couple of settings where ISO is presetted. For example, see 50 to 100, 50 to 200, 50 to 400, 50 to 800, 50 to 1600, 50 to 1300 and last is 50 to 6400. So in this range it automatically gets selected and gives the picture output through the LCD screen. If you want to keep it in this, you can keep, say this is also very good range because when you are shooting in outdoors, you will anyway go from maximum 50 to 200. So if you set this and leave, it will be between 50 and 200. It will change its value between 50 and 200. If you are shooting at an evening or in the early morning, the light will be less. So you can shoot in this 50 to 400. So the ISO will be changing from 50 to 400. Then if you are shooting it in low light or wherever light is not there, you can select whatever ISO you want. So the camera will not change its ISO beyond the selected range. So that is why this is given. So I will put it back to the auto and confirm. Now let us go to the white balance. So you know about the white balance, how it works and all. So now it is an auto white balance. If I press manual, you will have the light kelvins onto the side. So the minimum light kelvin is 2000 K and the maximum it can go up to 10,000 Kelvin. So depending for your use, you can set this Kelvin and start using it. So this white balance is interesting stuff. If you learn, it will be very good for you. So I'll again put it back to auto. Now for me the auto is in 5300 Kelvin. So confirm. Next there is glamour effect. Glamour effect is nothing but when you are using any mobile, if you take any photos or video, you will have that skin softener effects, right? It is same. So for that you will have to connect the Mimo app and use it. And next you have color. On color there are three modes. You can see it is written normal now and 10-bit is mentioned in the box. If I press it once again, it is showing HLG. HLG is one of the color codecs which will be very good for color grading. That is also in 10-bit. And again, if I press it, it shows D-Log M. D-Log is like log format which you have in Sony cameras and Canon cameras. Similar way, this is called D-Log. This is also in 10-bit. If you're shooting anything, then if you want to color grade the files or footages, you can shoot it in D-Log for maximum color. If you are shooting and doing a minimum color, you can shoot it in HLG, and the normal is the normal, whatever the camera sees, it will give you the output. Next is focus modes. So if you tap on focus, there are 3 modes here. One is continuous focus. So it says autofocus continues to operate, which is suitable for capturing the moving objects. On top, there is one more thing called single focus. So it says autofocus operate one single time, which is suitable for capturing the motionless subjects. And again, if I scroll down, this is product showcase mode. Product showcase mode, first it was there in Sony cameras. Now this cameras is also having product focus mode. So here what it says is focuses on the subject in the foreground, which is suitable for showing subjects closer to the camera. I'll press the record. I will take any of the product and get it near the camera. So you can see the background of it is blurred, and the product which is there in facing the camera towards the camera is focused clearly. So this is called product showcase mode. And on the camera, if you can see here, there is macro enabled, so which means it is taking some macro shots as a product showcase. So if I keep it like this, you can see the background is completely blur, and if I remove it, the focus goes to the background. So this is the product showcase mode. Then comes the image adjustment. Here by default it is in default only. If you want to custom, you can go here. Once you select the custom, you have sharpness and noise reduction settings. So defaultly it is at 0. You can take it all the way to the 2, and you can also get it all the way to the -2. We'll show you how the picture quality is in plus or minus. I'll keep this in 0 only. And next we'll go to the noise reduction. Noise reduction is also same, 1 and -2. That also, depending on your scenario, you can change it. So that also we will show you how it works. As of now, I'll keep default and confirm. These are the settings in image. Let us go to the audio. So here, after selecting the audio on the channel, if I press, you can select mono or stereo. So now it is in mono. If I press once again, it will become stereo. On the wind noise reduction, you can switch it on or switch it off. So switch it off or switch it on. And directional audio means nothing. This Pocket 3 has 3 mics, one on front and one on side and one on the other side. So which mic you want, you can start using it. So if I press that, I'll select front.
This is the audio test of DJI Pocket 3. I have enabled the front mic now. So this is how it sounds. Check, hello. This is mic test of DJI Pocket 3. I have selected front and back mics. So this is how the audio is there on the internal mic of DJI Pocket 3. Now I have selected all mics. Now this is the audio test of DJI Pocket 3. Now I have enabled all mics whichever is there in this camera. So all mic is enabled. So this is the audio check. Hello, check. So this is the audio test of it.
So this was pretty much about the Pro mode. And next we'll go to the menu system of this Pocket 3. Once you slide from top, you go to the menu system. Here on the first icon, if you press it, you can create a customized settings for your camera. Just in case if you are shooting any vlogs or things, if you are going inside and outside, rather than changing the settings all, you can set the settings like how it should be inside and how it should be outside. After selecting that settings, you can save it here. So I'll press here. So whatever the settings I am in, it takes up, and you can see here it is in custom mode. So here it is in C1. So I'll go here, I'll delete it again. After setting everything, if I press, so C1 will be confirmed. Next is screen rotation and capture. So this is nothing but, if I switch on this and go back, see what happens once I switch off and switch on. So it is now switched off. So see immediately, after I switch on, it starts recording. So that is it. We can switch it off. So if you are a vlogger or any kind of enthusiastic video maker, if you want it to be recording from the start of the device, you can use this option. So then if you come down, there is some default settings. So when you come down, there is some settings where you can select the Osmo Pocket 3 to what mode you want to start in. So first is in last setting, next is video, low light, hyperlapse. If you select any of these, so once you switch on the Pocket 3 back again, it will directly jump into this mode what you have selected. By default, I have kept in last settings. Next is the brightness of the screen. So now it is in 100%. I can gradually decrease it or increase it. So that is the brightness for the screen. Next is face tracking for selfie. If I press this, you can see face tracking selfie is on. If any face is in front of the camera, it will start tracking. I'll put it off. So next is change the orientation of the screen. So now it is in auto, and this is in landscape, portrait or auto. So depending on the screen how you have kept, it will start recording. If you keep like this and start recording, it will record in landscape. If you flip the screen and start recording, it will start recording in vertical mode. Details and all we will see more. And next is the speed of the gimbal. There is slow, default and fast. Slow, if you want to track any slow object which is moving slowly, so then you can keep it slow. So default is not very slow, not very fast, it is in the medium speed. And if you want to track any vehicles or if you want to shoot any fast moving object, you can put it in fast. So that is it. Then comes the gimbal modes. The first is follow mode. Follow mode is suitable. So here it is written, the follow mode is suitable for most scenarios, including vlogs and selfies. Next is tilt lock mode. In tilt lock mode, the horizontal line level is which suitable for scenario with the camera movement such as push and pull and pan. So in this, the tilt will be locked, then other axis will be activated. Next is FPV. FPV mode is first person view mode. So in FPV mode, all the axes will be moving freely. So that is what it is mentioned here. So I'll keep it in follow mode. So this covers the few settings on the Osmo Pocket. Now we'll go detailed settings to the setting itself.
In this video, you saw the detailed walkthrough of the menu system and its settings, which we covered like initial boot and settings, home screen icon menu, and the inbuilt audio test. So in the next video, let us see the menu and its settings, pairing the DJI Mic 2 and its audio test, and the wide angle lens test, and couple of other tests also. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and you can also give a suggestion below in the comments. And you can also say what you like and what you don't like. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you will get notified whenever we post the videos. And you share this video to your friends and families. See you in the next other interesting content. Bye.